All right, what's up guys? Welcome back. So today I'm going to be working on the car and I feel like I'm in a good spot right now. I accidentally uploaded a video of the truck from the track day early. I uploaded it as public instead of private. I usually wait a little bit. So a couple days ago you got 2 videos in one day on that accident. But right now I still have 1 video that is pending upload and I'm recording another one. So I'm ahead on videos. So that's kind of nice. Always good to have the content. We're going to work on this car today, try to get some stuff done. So basically what I want to do today is something. I don't care what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something. I don't know if I'm going to do wire harness. I don't know if I'm going to do exhaust manifolds. I think that's what I might do today, is get the exhaust manifolds done and wrapped and in position. The engine is pretty much in the car, ready to go. I do have to tighten the transmission mount bolts, fill the transmission fluid. I don't have the fluid, so I'll probably tighten the bolts. But let's just do some stuff and enjoy the day. One of the things I said I was going to do a while back and never did it was paint these little cutouts here for the turbos that I have. So I'm going to do that now. Let's get started. Just going to cover everything up. Just in case I get any overspray. I'm not going to be too particular about this. Just going to get some important stuff out of the way. And then we'll spray. And I want to do like a binge week, guys, and hold me accountable on this one because, you know, I've been going to the track with the truck. I just went to the track the other day with the truck, and, you know, the truck is kind of, I'm very passionate about the truck. And I've been working on it for a long time. And if you're new and you don't know, that was my great-grandpa's truck. So there's a lot of feelings that I have when I work on that truck and commitment that I have there. So it's very easy for me to kind of default back to going on that. And this is more of like a side project. So hold me accountable in the next few weeks until we get this thing running and driving. Let's do that. If I'm not working on this thing, kick me in the ass and get me going on it. So, not that I need the motivation really, but let's paint some stuff. How far back should I go? It's like body shop shit right here, guys. This is incredible. Really just want to, you know, keep it from rusting. That's really what the goal is here. So it's all freshly welded metal. And don't think that I'm not passionate about this car also. Like I want to see things happen with this car. I have goals with this car. Well, maybe I don't. I'm not even sure what I want to do with this car, but I want to have fun with this car. Me and the wife are going to take it out. But I do have some goals, like number goals that I have set with the truck. And I'm very, 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 very close right now. Goal was 10s with the truck. Wasn't able to do it last year. Now the goal is 10s with the street tire. So, and I'm at 11.1 right now consistently. So I'm very close. So right now I'm just kind of like itching with the truck to push it over the edge and get it there. So it's easy to kind of, for me anyways, to get sucked in, overly sucked into figuring out what I need to do there to get it to that next level and kind of set this aside. So don't let me do that this week. All right, guys, I'm out here, you know, minding my own business. Putting the intake bolts back in because I just cut the steam vent tubes that go through the intake off. so this would seat down properly. So there's normally a big tube that comes off the side, and there was some interference with this water pump. So I cut that thing off. But what I wanted to show you guys, check this out. See that? You can see my breath. See my breath while I'm working. I got the garage door open. I'm in a t-shirt right now, but I noticed that while I was putting this on, I'm breathing, and we get a little bit of that going on. So today is May 19th. It's almost June in Wisconsin, and it is 5 p.m. right now, evening time. You can still see my breath when I'm working in the garage. What a shame. What a shame. I don't like cold weather, guys. I don't like cold weather. And it's just getting a little bit sickening that it's almost June and you can still see your breath when you're fucking working outside. It's a little annoying. Let's move on. All right, guys. So I'm going to start to wrap this thing. And I got this wet. I actually ran it under the sink, so this is wet. I've never done this wet before. I've done it dry a few times, but I'm going to try it wet with gloves on. And usually just do it with gloves, but a lot of guys have been saying do it when it's wet so you don't get all the little fibers floating around. But what's funny, I was in the sink in the kitchen getting this wet, and my 2-year-old comes up to the sink and he says, "Doing, Daddy?" Like, "What are you doing, Daddy?" And I said, "I'm getting this wet." And then he says, "Daddy, engine broken." Kid knows me too well. All right, let's get started. Alrighty, so got done wrapping this thing, and I realized when I did this, I knew I had 2 of these originally, 2 sets of wrap, but I just realized after I did this and I was looking for the second one that I used the second set of wrap on the truck when I redid the wrap over there. So I bought the wrap a long time ago, I think before I was even planning on doing this build, just to have it as extra, so I thought I had 2 of them still. But I remember now using it on that. So I'm gonna order another one of these. Not a big hang up, I'll just pull it back off. But I'm gonna leave this thing for now and end the video here for today. We're gonna go for a walk with the kids. I'm gonna let this thing dry and we'll see what it looks like tomorrow when it's dry. I'll leave it right here and then I'll come back out and probably put this and the next day's video all together. So these things are looking pretty nice now that they're all black and painted up. Looks a little bit better. So we're totally in assembly mode now, guys. So hopefully shouldn't be too much longer. Alrighty guys, so still plugging away at this thing. I haven't had a whole lot of time lately, so I've just been coming out like maybe 15 minutes, 30 minutes a day and trying to pluck away at little stuff as I can, but I've been getting hung up on a lot of dumb dumb stuff. So some of you guys saw this. I posted it on the 821 Bravo Facebook page, but this cam sensor, I wanted to change it, put a new one in because the mounting tab with the hole was cracked off when I got it. So I should have taken it out when I had the engine apart, but I didn't. I just, I guess, assumed that it wasn't going to be near impossible to get it out. So I can insert a picture here. This thing was completely destroyed, and it took me well over an hour to get it out, and I ended up having to take the whole accessory drive off, pull the pulley, crank pulley off, pull the timing cover off, and then basically push it out from the backside, or get it out from the backside. It was completely cracked off on the inside. So that kind of sucked. What else did I get hung up on? Oh, these drain lines, these turbo drain fittings with the dash 10s on them. So those things didn't fit the turbo. So I ended up re-drilling the holes, and then that didn't fit with the bolts, and then I had to modify the fitting, and I ended up getting it all to work. But each one of these took me probably an hour because I ended up drilling a hole right next to the other hole. Then the bit kind of pushes over into the other hole, and it didn't end up fitting. So it took me a while to get those things going. I do have manifolds wrapped. AC line is all bolted in. Wiring harness is on and in place. Everything there is pretty much plugged in. Only thing I don't have yet is the injectors plugged in. Because I want to run my fast injectors that I have, I don't really want to buy another set of 210s right now. So I had these set up for 210s, the plugs. So I ended up getting an adapter so I can run the fast injectors, but that didn't show up yet. Wastegates are on and mounted. Still have to make the dump tube go into the exhaust. Thermostat, I put a 160 degree thermostat in, so this thing is all bolted in and ready to go. Took care of the power steering fluid reservoir. So just had to kind of cut and modify this section and then make the return go to that. I'm not going to use a power steering cooler. We'll see how that goes. I just really can't see that little power steering cooler doing all that much anyways. But I guess we'll find out. One other thing that's, I don't really know how I feel about it, but I had an LS1 intake on there. So the electronic throttle body that I got is a 102. And I just didn't get like a 92 or a smaller one or whatever. So I have the 102, which is pretty much too big for the LS1 intake. So I'm using this adapter. It's a 3-bolt to 4-bolt adapter. But the throttle blade doesn't open, so I have another adapter on the way that's supposed to adapt the 102 down to the 92 size. So I really just need to get an LS2 intake that has the 4 bolts on the front side, but I don't really feel like buying that right now, so not gonna do it. This should work just to get it, fired up and maybe even running as long as that throttle blade opens. So I did take care of everything I think I need to do underneath, like hooking up the starter, and did all the wiring, alternator wiring, starter wiring. I ran the lines for the remote oil filter. So I just ended up reusing the remote oil filter kit that I built before. I did have it mounted on the rail down here before, but this is where the LOJ oil filter goes. So the kit still has this big opening. So I just decided to see if it would run up to the right spot there, and it actually does. So this is just a Transdapt adapter, and I drilled out one of these holes a little bit bigger and just mounted it to the block. So that should be good as long as the oil filter fits. Don't really see an issue with that. Ran the feed lines, still got to do the drain lines. That shouldn't be too bad. And I think that's about it. Got to get turbo blankets, finish the crossover pipe, like the dump pipe, wrap those things, and my fittings for the injectors should be here pretty soon, and then we might be able to do a test fire. One other thing I got to do to get the harness working is there's a wire down inside here. There's the wire there. You can actually see the little red one sticking out that's snipped. I do got to resolder that because I stole power off of that to run something before. I can't remember what I had with the old standalone harness that I built. I snipped to grab power off of that, so I'm going to have to resolder that thing and get that going. Then I'll put the computer in, and we should be ready to start testing all that stuff. So it's coming along nicely. Just haven't had a whole lot of time lately to actually work on stuff. I did get the radiator, a new radiator. You guys saw that I poked a hole in my other one and I tried to weld it and it just made it worse. So got the new radiator. So what I think I might do is cut, this is the old one, I think I might cut this whole section out and then try to weld it back on the new radiator right here and go straight forward. So I'll show you guys the reasoning behind that. If you're not familiar, that water neck pretty much comes out right on top of this turbo right here. Kind of runs right into it. So what I want to do is slice that whole section out. Seeing as I got the bad radiator anyways, might as well cut the thing up and grab some pieces off it. So I want to take that chunk, move it over to right here-ish, and then just run a line straight into the water pump. So that's kind of the plan there. Don't really think I have a whole lot else to say, guys. So yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry this is not really a great update, but just a lot of little piddly parts and pieces and just assembly right now. So hopefully by end of the week, all the parts come in, we can do a test fire. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.